Tyler Kane built one of Detroit's most powerful auto empires. To the world, he's a bold, unstoppable CEO. But behind the glass offices and luxury cars lies a man haunted by one choice: walking away from the only woman he ever loved. One crisp autumn afternoon, everything changes. At a local model car race, an 11-year-old boy fixing a tiny engine shouts, "Dad, help!" Tyler turns and freezes. The boy looks just like him. Shaken, Tyler steps in to help, his hands fumbling with tiny wheels and heavy questions. The boy's name is Sam. His mother? Ava. Tyler's ex, the woman he left behind a decade ago. What Tyler doesn't know is the deeper betrayal. His own mother, Laura, kept Sam a secret, destroying letters, hiding truths, and protecting the family fortune. As Tyler begins fixing more than just cars with Sam, he uncovers a web of lies that redefines everything he thought he knew. The turning point? A model car, carefully built by Sam, becomes the symbol of redemption between father and son. But can Ava ever forgive? Can a man used to control surrender to truth and to love? One boy's cry ignites a journey of truth, repair, and reunion. Will Tyler earn the family he never knew he lost? Subscribe to see this heartfelt story unfold. Tyler Kane stood beneath the towering steel beams of Kane Motors, his name engraved in chrome above the main gate. The factory floor buzzed beyond the glass, but inside the executive suite, silence reigned. He adjusted his cufflinks, gazing out at Detroit's skyline, but his mind was somewhere else, somewhere distant, somewhere real. 40. CEO. Billionaire. But none of it filled the hollow he'd carried since walking away from her, from Ava. He hadn't said goodbye, just left when his mother warned, "She'll ruin everything we've built." Outside, the sky brightened as the weekend's event kicked off, a community model car race sponsored by Kane Motors. Tyler almost skipped it. Almost. But something tugged at him. Downstairs, children swarmed the makeshift track in the factory's courtyard. Cardboard bleachers, spray-painted banners, families crowded around folding tables where kids fine-tuned their tiny race cars. Tyler arrived late, dressed sharp in a navy blazer, out of place among the grease-streaked parents and excited kids. A group of boys huddled at the far end. One, crouched low, worked furiously on a red model with gold stripes. Oil smudged his cheek. His hands moved with speed. Focus. Tyler slowed. "Come on," the boy muttered, tightening a screw. Tyler passed behind him. "Dad, help!" He froze. The words struck like a jolt. He turned, heart hammering. The boy hadn't even looked up, still hunched over his car, brow furrowed. But Tyler stared, breath caught. Same sharp jawline, same stubborn eyebrows, same deep-set hazel eyes. His eyes. He stepped closer. What did you say?" The boy finally glanced up, startled. "Oh, sorry. I meant my dad. He's not here." Their eyes locked. The boy blinked, puzzled. Tyler forced a smile. "Need a hand?" The boy hesitated, then shrugged. "Sure. This axle's giving me trouble." Tyler knelt, his tailored pants brushing concrete. He hadn't held a wrench in years, but somehow it felt right. "What's your name?" he asked, twisting the tool gently. "Sam." Tyler's hands stilled. "Sam." He looked at the boy again, really looked. 11, maybe. A small scar near the temple. A habit of tugging his sleeve when thinking. Tyler swallowed. "Your mom around?" Sam pointed to a distant figure, arms crossed, sunglasses on. She stood apart from the crowd, tense, watching. Tyler's heart skipped, but his chest tightened. He hadn't seen her since everything. Sam nudged the car forward. I built this from scratch. Got the motor from a broken drill. Tyler chuckled, the sound catching in his throat. Impressive. Sam grinned. You into cars? Tyler smiled softly. More than you know. They worked together until the final bolt clicked. Sam lined up with the other kids at the track. Tyler stood back, his gaze drifting toward Ava. She hadn't moved, just stared, and then walked away. The race began. Plastic wheels whirred across plywood. Sam's car zipped ahead, golden stripes gleaming in the sun. He won. Tyler clapped, unsure why his eyes burned. Sam turned, holding the car high. Look what I made, Dad! Gasps rose from the crowd. Sam's face flushed. I mean, not you. I mean... Never mind. Tyler's world tilted. Later, as the crowd thinned, Tyler spotted Ava near a rusted fence. She didn't run, just waited. He approached, slowly. You came back, she said flatly. I didn't know. You didn't want to, she said. Your mother made sure of that. Tyler flinched. She told me you left, that you wanted nothing from me. Ava laughed bitterly. She told me you hated the idea of kids, that I'd trap you. Silence stretched between them. He pulled something from his pocket. Sam's model car. He built this, Tyler said quietly. It's incredible. Ava nodded once. He's a lot like you. Tyler met her eyes. I want to know him. Too late? She asked. I hope not. From across the lot, Sam waved. Ava didn't speak, but she didn't say no. Tyler Kane didn't sleep that night. Back in his penthouse, surrounded by floor-to-ceiling glass and silent luxury, he sat at the kitchen island, Sam's model car beside him. Its wheels still spun. Its frame, painted with precision and care, felt more alive than anything in the cold apartment. He replayed the boy's words in his mind. Look what I made, Dad. Unintentional, maybe, but it had shaken something deep. By morning, he was back in his car, cruising down streets he hadn't driven in years. He followed the directions Ava had given, grudgingly. No promises, no warmth, just an address and a look that said, "Don't get your hopes up." He pulled up outside a modest duplex. The yard was patchy. A plastic tire swing hung crooked from a tree. A beat-up tricycle leaned against the porch. This was their world, a world he'd never seen. Ava opened the door before he knocked. 5 minutes, she said, arms crossed. Then you leave. Tyler stepped inside. The living room was small, but neat. A shelf sagged under model car trophies. A box of tools sat beside the couch. One wall held a corkboard with pinned sketches, blueprints, race diagrams, paint ideas. Sam's at school, Ava said. He doesn't know you're coming. I'm not here to confuse him, Tyler said quietly. I just need to understand. Ava didn't answer. She sat across from him, hands clenched. You left, she said. No call, no letter, just vanished. I was told you wanted nothing more to do with me, Tyler replied. Ava's laugh was sharp. By who? He didn't answer. She leaned in. Your mother said you were done, said you regretted everything, that you never wanted a kid. Tyler's breath hitched. She told me you were gone, that you'd run off, and I wrote to you, Tyler. Ava's voice broke. For months, until the letters came back. He sat back, stunned. She never told me. Why would she? Ava said bitterly. You were about to take over Kane Motors. You were hers, not yours, not mine. Tyler rubbed his face. Sam, he's mine, isn't he? Her silence said everything. He's brilliant, Tyler whispered. Creative. Brave. You did that. No, Ava said, her voice tight. He is that, on his own. You don't get credit for someone you never knew. A long pause settled. Then, her voice softened. "But he draws you." Tyler looked up. "Has for years," she said. "Men in suits, racetracks, engine blueprints. He doesn't even know your name, but he draws the same man. Over and over." She walked to a small cabinet, pulled out a folder. She handed it to him. Inside were sketches, crayon, pencil, charcoal, the man in the suit. Always the same frame, the same hair, standing beside a boy. In one, the man's hand rested on the boy's shoulder. Tyler stared at the image, heart heavy. "He's been trying to find me." Ava nodded, without even knowing it. He swallowed hard. "Let me be part of his life. I'll do anything." "I don't know what's real with you," she said. "You show up in a suit talking soft, but what happens when your mother finds out?" "I don't care what she says anymore." "She built your empire," Ava snapped. "You think she'll just hand over the keys if she knows you want to play dad now?" "I'm not playing," he said. "I missed 11 years. I'm not missing more." Outside, a school bus pulled up. A moment passed. Ava turned toward the window. "He's home." Tyler stood, uncertain. "Should I go?" She paused. "No, stay." The door creaked open. Sam stepped in, backpack slung, dirt on his jeans. He froze when he saw Tyler. "Hey," Sam said slowly. "Hey, champ," Tyler replied, heart thudding. Sam walked forward, then stopped. "You're still wearing that same watch," he said, pointing. "I drew it on you." Tyler blinked. "You remember that?" Sam shrugged. "Guess I knew you before I knew your name." Tyler knelt. "Mind if I hang out for a while?" he asked. Sam glanced at his mom. She hesitated, then nodded once. Sam smiled. "Want to help me finish my new model?" Tyler grinned, eyes stinging. "Yeah, I'd like that." The sun dipped low over the rooftops as Sam led Tyler through the narrow gate into their backyard. It was nothing like the manicured gardens Tyler was used to. This yard was scrappy and real. A rusted chain-link fence. Weeds poking through cracked concrete. But in the middle stood a long wooden table, stained with grease, scattered with tools, wires, scraps of plastic, and half-built cars. "This is where the magic happens," Sam said proudly. Tyler nodded slowly, taking it in. "You built all this?" "Yup. Mom helped me level the table. I saved up for the tools." He picked up a chassis with blue flames painted on the sides. "This one's almost ready for a servo upgrade, but I kinda ran out of money." Tyler reached for it gently. "You've got a real gift, Sam." Sam looked up, eyes bright. "Do you race?" "Not since I was a kid," Tyler admitted, "but I used to, before I started building real cars." Sam tilted his head. "You make real cars?" Tyler smiled. "Kane Motors, ever heard of it?" Sam's mouth dropped. "That's you?" "Yeah, I started it in my 20s. "Wait. The commercials with the guy on the mountain? That's you too?" Tyler chuckled. "Guilty." Sam stared at him, stunned. "You're like, famous." "Maybe," Tyler said, "but none of that feels as cool as this table." They both laughed, and for a moment the space between them shrank. Inside, Ava watched from the window. Her arms were crossed, but her expression had softened. She couldn't hear their words, but something in Tyler's body language, less polished, more grounded, felt different than she remembered. Later, while Sam adjusted gears, Tyler stepped inside for water. Ava was waiting. "He's never had a man sit at that table," she said quietly. Tyler looked down. "He deserves someone who shows up." "He deserves someone who stays," she said, eyes narrowing. "You still have a life you run back to, glass towers, a board, your mother." Tyler paused. "She doesn't know." "She will," Ava replied. "And when she does? I'm not scared of her anymore." Ava laughed softly. "You used to be." "I used to be a lot of things," he said, "mostly blind." She studied him, skeptical. "I don't expect you to trust me overnight," he added, "but I'm not leaving again." Outside, Sam called through the screen door. "Mom, do we have any old phone motors?" "In the junk bin," she shouted back. Tyler smiled. "He's brilliant." Ava's gaze flicked toward the backyard. "Yeah, he is." Before he left, Tyler knelt beside Sam at the table. "How about this? You draw up what you need, and I'll help you get the parts." Sam's eyes widened. "You serious?" Tyler nodded. "But you have to teach me how you wire your servos." Sam grinned. "Deal." As Tyler stood, Sam pulled a folded piece of paper from under the table. "Can you sign this?" he asked. "I made it last year, for the Nationals. Didn't qualify, but it's my best car yet." Tyler opened the paper, a hand-drawn diagram of a model racer, complete with measurements, colors, and even tiny arrows pointing to upgrades. "Looks like a championship car," Tyler said, impressed. "I named it Legacy," Sam said, "'cause I want to build stuff that lasts." Tyler's throat tightened. He wrote his name carefully on the edge. "Thanks," Sam whispered, "for coming today." Tyler looked at the boy, his son, and managed a soft smile. "Thanks for letting me." He turned to leave, Ava meeting him at the gate. "He's going to get attached," she said. "Don't show up just to disappear again." "I'm here," Tyler said firmly, "and I'm not going anywhere." As he drove away, the diagram sat on the passenger seat. Legacy. A child's dream in pencil and hope. Tyler ran his thumb over the edges and felt, for the first time in years, like he might finally be building something that mattered. It was a crisp Saturday morning when Tyler returned to the backyard. He carried a box of brand-new parts, servos, motors, paint kits, all neatly packed. Sam was already at the table, goggles on, nose smudged with black grease, deep in concentration. "Whoa," Sam said, lifting his head. "Where'd all that come from?" "Auto show clearance sale," Tyler said, setting the box down. "Top shelf stuff. Thought you could use an upgrade." Sam's eyes widened. "You brought all this for me?" Tyler nodded. "Figured Legacy deserved the best." Sam grinned. "You remembered her name." Tyler smiled, trying to play it cool, but inside it meant something. He sat beside his son, watching as Sam dove into the box like it was treasure. Ava watched them from the back step, arms folded but lips curved in a reluctant smile. Tyler handed Sam a paintbrush. "What color are we thinking this time?" "Red," Sam said instantly. "Bright red, with gold edges." "Bold choice," Tyler said. "Like a Kane car," Sam replied, then paused. "I mean, if that's okay." "It's more than okay," Tyler said. "It's yours." As they painted, Tyler glanced at Ava. "He's incredible." "He's his own," Ava replied. "Everything he's learned, he fought for." "I want to support him," Tyler said, "however I can. Don't make promises you can't keep." "I won't," he said softly. "Not again." Later that day, Sam waved a goodbye as Tyler headed out. His arms were full of half-assembled parts and Sam's newest sketch, another model plan labeled Raptor X. The paper sat on his passenger seat, just like Legacy had days before. But when Tyler pulled up to Kane Motors on Monday, something felt off. Laura was already in his office. Her back was turned, her fingers drumming the glass. "You've been distracted," she said as he walked in. "Missing meetings, skipping calls." "I've had personal matters," Tyler said carefully. Laura turned. Her perfectly styled gray bob didn't move an inch. "Ava Carter?" He didn't answer. "She's trouble, Tyler. She always was." He walked past her, setting his briefcase down. "She's Sam's mother." Laura's eyes narrowed. "Sam." Tyler met her gaze. "My son." Silence. "Did you know?" he asked. Her lips pressed tight. "I suspected." "You suspected?" His voice rose. You told me she left, that she didn't want anything to do with me. I protected you, Laura snapped. You were about to take Kane public. You couldn't afford scandal or distraction. Tyler stepped back, heart racing. You lied to me. I saved you, she said coldly. You're welcome. He stared at her, disbelief churning. Did you block her letters? She didn't deny it. Ava would have used that child to take everything. That child is my son. Laura walked to the window. You've built an empire, Tyler. Don't throw it away for a fantasy. It's not a fantasy, he said, voice trembling. It's a second chance. Laura looked at him like she didn't recognize him anymore. You sound like your father. He stood in silence. That was meant to be an insult, but to Tyler, it landed like honor. Without another word, he grabbed his coat and walked out. He didn't go home. He didn't go to another meeting. He went back to the backyard. Sam looked up from the table. You okay? Tyler exhaled. I am now. He sat beside him, picking up a screwdriver. Sam studied him. You look different. Tyler smiled faintly. I feel different. They worked side by side for a while, quiet but connected. Then Sam held out a piece. Want to do the final screw? Tyler nodded, fingers steady. Click. It was small, but it felt like rebuilding a life. Look what we made, Dad, Sam said. Tyler looked at the car, then at his son. I see it, he whispered, and I'm not walking away. Tyler sat on the edge of his bed that night, the house dark around him. His phone buzzed, but he didn't look. He was staring at a small drawing, pinned now to his wall, Sam's first sketch of legacy. Underneath it, in a child's crooked handwriting, were the words, "For the future." He couldn't sleep. His thoughts kept circling the same truth. He'd missed 11 years, and now he was trying to stitch those years back together with time, trust, and tiny wheels. The next afternoon, he showed up at Avas again. No suit, just jeans, a hoodie, and a tool bag slung over his shoulder. Ava opened the door slowly. You don't have to keep showing up like this, she said, arms crossed. I want to, Tyler replied, if Sam's okay with it. He is, she said quietly. He asked if you'd come. Inside, Sam was already at the table, goggles in place, music playing low from a cracked speaker. Hey, Sam said with a grin. You're just in time. Legacy's acting up. Tyler chuckled. Trouble with the rear axle? Yeah, Sam said, handing him the car. She's wobbly on corners. As they bent over the model together, Tyler glanced at Ava through the window. She lingered in the kitchen, wiping down a spotless counter that didn't need cleaning. She was listening, watching. You ever think about building a track? Sam asked suddenly. A track? Tyler echoed. Yeah, like a real one. For kids like me, Sam said. Nobody around here has anything like that. Closest is 40 minutes away. Tyler thought for a moment. What if we built one right here? Sam's eyes lit up. Seriously? Tyler nodded. Why not? Ava walked out just then. What's going on? I asked if we could build a track, Sam said, bouncing with excitement. Ava raised an eyebrow. Where? Tyler looked at the empty lot across the alley. Overgrown grass, cracked concrete. There, he said. We clean it up, get permits, lay down a proper course. You're not serious, Ava said. I am, Tyler replied. We start small, a community project, and Sam can help design it. Sam beamed. Mom, can I? Ava hesitated, then sighed. Let's see what it takes first. Tyler smiled at her. Thank you. That evening, Tyler stayed for dinner, frozen pizza and lemonade at the small dining table. Sam talked nonstop about servo torque, corner angles, carbon fiber builds. Tyler listened like it was the most important boardroom pitch he'd ever heard. After Sam went to bed, Tyler lingered in the kitchen while Ava loaded dishes. You're good with him, she said, not looking at him. I should have been there, he said. She paused. You weren't. I regret it every day. You believed your mother. I believed what I wanted to, he admitted, that I could build an empire and not lose anything. You lost everything, Ava said softly. Me, him, 11 years. I know, he whispered. There was a silence. Then Ava said, he wants to race at regionals, needs to register by Friday. Tyler looked up. Does he have the entry fee? She shook her head. I told him we'd figure it out. I'll take care of it. Ava gave him a look. This isn't about money. I know, he said. It's about showing up. The next day, Tyler walked into Kane Motors and canceled $1 million investor dinner set for Friday. His assistant stared at him. You sure, sir? Positive, he said. Something more important came up. That evening, he returned to Ava's house with the registration packet in hand. Sam opened the door before he could knock. Did we make it in time? Tyler held up the envelope. Just under the wire. Sam whooped, pulling him inside. Later, Sam slipped him a folded card drawn in marker and glitter glue. It read, To Dad, thanks for racing with me. Tyler's hands trembled as he opened it. Inside was a tiny drawing. 2 cars on a track. One red, one gold, side by side. He looked at Ava, who watched quietly from the doorway. And, for the first time, Tyler felt like a real father, not just in name, but in presence, in love, in motion. The sound of Sam's laughter echoed through the backyard as he ran laps around the table, his hands high in victory. We're in! We're racing, Mom! Ava smiled from the steps, a dish towel slung over her shoulder. Tyler leaned against the porch post, watching them both. For the first time, this yard, this life, felt like home. Sam darted back to the table and grabbed the glittery card he'd given Tyler. Did you keep it? He asked. Tyler pulled it from his coat pocket, worn edges, corners bent. Every day, he said. It rides with me. Sam beamed. Cool. Want to help me practice steering? Tyler nodded and followed him to the workshop table. Ava stayed behind, watching. Later that night, Tyler sat with her in the kitchen. The air smelled of garlic and melted cheese from the dinner they had barely touched. Ava stared at a picture on the fridge. Sam, age 7, holding a tiny trophy in a too-big hoodie. Why now? She asked suddenly. Tyler looked at her. Because I finally saw what mattered, and I couldn't look away again. Ava studied him, searching. You really didn't know? I didn't, he said. Your letters never came. Your voice, gone. She exhaled, leaning back. I almost told you myself, 12 times. But Laura... Tyler tensed. What did she say? Ava hesitated. She called me. After I sent the first letter. What? She said if I didn't disappear quietly, she'd make my life difficult. That no Cain man wanted a child dragging behind. Tyler's face paled. She offered money, Ava continued. Said you'd moved on, that it was better for everyone if I just stayed silent. Tyler stood abruptly, the chair scraping the floor. She bought your silence? No. I slammed the phone and mailed 5 more letters. Then nothing. Not a word. He ran a hand through his hair. She intercepted them. I figured. Tyler's hands clenched. She used my name, my fear, to erase you both. Ava leaned in. You believed her. That's what hurt the most. I know, he said, voice thick, and I'll never make that mistake again. She looked down. I didn't tell Sam at first because I wasn't sure if I could protect him from being hurt. Tyler sank back into his chair, quieter now. Does he ever ask about me? All the time, she said. But he never used your name. He'd just say, when my dad comes back, I think he'll like this one. Tyler swallowed hard. He thought you were in space, Ava added with a sad smile. Said only someone that far away could miss everything. Tyler gave a quiet, broken laugh. He's not wrong. Silence hung between them. Then Ava said, You're not taking him from me. I wouldn't dream of it. Good. Because I won't let anyone tear him apart again. I'm not here to take, Tyler said softly. I'm here to rebuild. Ava stood to clean, but he reached into his bag and slid something onto the table. What's this? She asked. A partnership proposal, he said. Not business, real life. You and me, building a track, starting a local car club, giving kids like Sam a place to race. She flipped through the simple pages. Budget estimates, design sketches, even Sam's drawing of a perfect loop-de-loop. You put this together already? Stayed up all night. Ava glanced up. You're serious? I am. Outside, Sam ran back into the kitchen, holding up a small metal piece. Dad, can you help with this? Ava looked at Tyler. You gonna answer to that name now? He nodded. Yeah, I am. She didn't smile. Not yet. But she didn't stop Sam either. Tyler took the piece from his son's hand. Let's build something great. Together, they bent over the table, the card with glitter glue resting nearby, its wheels now in motion. A week later, the empty lot was buzzing with life. Tyler stood beside Sam, blueprint in hand, while volunteers from the neighborhood hauled scrap wood, cleared weeds, and painted boundaries on the cracked pavement. The sun glinted off metal rails as makeshift tracks started to take shape. The hum of drills, the chatter of kids, the scent of sweat and fresh paint. It all made the place feel alive. This is going to be epic, Sam said, voice breathless as he ran his fingers along the outline of a hairpin curve they'd just marked. It already is, Tyler replied, kneeling beside him, and you helped start it. Sam grinned, brushing dust off his jeans. Feels kind of like racing life-size cars. Exactly the point, Tyler said. Across the lot, Ava handed out water bottles and granola bars, trading thanks with parents and kids who had stopped by to help. She wore an old tiger's cap, her sleeves rolled up, a smudge of paint on her cheek. She caught Tyler's eye, and for the first time in a long time, they both smiled without hesitation. But the moment cracked when Tyler's phone vibrated. Mom. He stared at it. You gonna answer? Ava asked, walking up beside him. He silenced it. Not today, Ava nodded. Good. But Tyler knew it wasn't over. That night, back at the auto plant, he stood in the design lab. On a table sat two models, Sam's Legacy, and now a new design, sleeker, bold gold stripes on black. The lab door creaked open. Laura stepped in. You've been busy, she said, eyeing the models. Tyler didn't look up. It's called parenting. She gave a tight smile. You've gone sentimental. I've gone honest, he said. Laura circled him like a shark. You're risking everything. The press already asked why you canceled the Westfall deal. I had a better offer, he said calmly, from my son. You really think this fantasy, this backyard charity, is worth giving up your seat at the global table? Tyler turned to her, jaw set. Yes. Laura's face hardened. Then you force my hand. Tyler narrowed his eyes. What does that mean? I know people. I know leverage. You keep playing family man in the gutter, and I make sure custody doesn't end up in your favor. Or Ava's. He stepped forward, voice low. You'll go after them? I'll protect what we built. We didn't build this, Tyler snapped. You did. With fear, with silence, with lies. Laura's lip curled. You were nothing when I found you. I made you Tyler Kane. No, he said, breath steady. You made a machine. I'm choosing to be a man. He walked past her, scooping up both model cars. Laura called after him, voice cold. You're making a mistake. Tyler didn't stop. Maybe, but at least it's mine. The next morning he showed up at Avas with a duffel bag, a coffee in each hand, and the gold and black model car tucked under his arm. Sam opened the door. Is that yours? He asked, pointing to the model. Yeah, Tyler said, kneeling. I made it last night. Sam picked it up carefully. It's fast, sleek. I call it Second Chance, Tyler said softly. Sam smiled. Can we race him? You bet. They spent the day timing runs in the driveway, adjusting axles, swapping wheels. Neighbors peeked over fences, drawn by laughter and engine hums. Later, as the sun dropped, Ava pulled Tyler aside. She came by, she said. Your mom. His jaw clenched. What did she say? That I should take the money this time, Ava said, eyes burning. And go. What did you say? I said no. He breathed out. But I'm scared, Ava admitted. She plays dirty. Tyler looked at her, then at Sam, who sat cross-legged by the models, humming to himself. She doesn't win this time, he said, because I'm staying, and because now we're building something real. He reached into his coat and handed her something. A key. To what? She asked. To the lot, in both our names. She stared. We're doing this together. Ava looked down at the key, then back at him. The wall between them wasn't gone, but a door had opened. And now she held the key. The following Monday, Tyler sat in his glass-walled office at Kane Motors, staring at an old photograph on his desk, one from years ago, before the company went public. He and his mother stood beside their first prototype, all grins and grease stains. Back then, he thought success meant never looking back. Now, all he wanted was to rewrite everything. His phone buzzed. Private investigator. Update ready. Urgent. Tyler's heart skipped. He clicked the file. Subject, Laura Kane. Confirmed. She hired Richard Ellman, former legal counsel, to suppress Ava Carter's attempt to file paternity claim in 2012. Documents intercepted. Letters destroyed. He gripped the desk. She hadn't just lied. She'd engineered his absence. He stood, rage and disbelief rolling through him. The same woman who'd guided his every deal had robbed him of his son. By nightfall, Tyler was back at Ava's, the file folder tucked under his arm. She opened the door, brows knit. What's wrong? He walked in without a word, handed her the file. She opened it slowly. Her breath caught. She paid someone? Ava whispered. She buried the truth, Tyler said. For 11 years. Ava sat down, stunned. I thought she just scared me off. She stole our family. The room went quiet. Then Ava's voice dropped. What now? Tyler stared at the floor. I take it public. Ava's eyes widened. You'd expose her? Risk the company? I'd risk everything, he said, voice raw, because I already lost what mattered most once. I'm not doing it again. A moment passed, then she said, You're not the man I knew before. He looked up. Good. The next day, Tyler held a press conference, scheduled as a routine shareholder update. But what he said shocked the city. I was misled, he said, looking into the camera. Documents were destroyed. People were paid to keep my son from me. That ends today. The reporters shouted questions. Are you stepping down? Will there be a legal inquiry? Who's responsible? Tyler answered only one. I've missed too much already. Now, I'm choosing fatherhood over fortune. Back at the empty lot, Sam was drawing a new layout for the racetrack when Ava showed up, newspaper in hand. You saw? She asked. He nodded. I watched it online. Everyone at school did. Are you okay? Sam shrugged. He told the truth. That's all I wanted. Then he added, I made something. He handed her a folded sketch. Tyler, Sam, and Ava, standing on the track, holding a checkered flag. He's not perfect, Ava said softly, staring at the drawing. Nope, Sam replied. But he's real now. That night, Tyler knocked on their door, nervous. Ava opened it slowly. I don't know what happens next, he said, eyes searching hers. I do, she replied. He blinked. You come in. You help Sam finish his build, and tomorrow we go get permits. He smiled. Together? For the first time, she said. Yes. Sam ran to the door. Dad, come see my new spoiler. Tyler stepped inside, where his son's joy drowned out every doubt. As they bent over the new design, Sam held up a part, shiny, gold-trimmed, hand-painted. I call it Truth Wing, he said proudly. It keeps the car grounded. Tyler blinked fast. That's perfect. Sam smiled. Want to screw it in? Absolutely. And as the screw clicked into place, so did something deeper. Trust. Rebuilt. Family. Realigned. The car gleamed under the kitchen light, proof that even the broken can be rebuilt when love is the engine. A week after the press conference, the empty lot looked nothing like it once had. Smooth asphalt glistened under the afternoon sun. Painted lines, cones, and tiny speed markers turned the cracked ground into a full-blown model car track. Kids from every corner of the neighborhood gathered with cars in hand, eyes wide with anticipation. At the center, a banner read, Legacy Track, built for the next generation. Tyler stood at the edge of the lot, watching Sam zip around corners with his red and gold racer. Laughter, engine whirs, the smell of hot dogs from a nearby stand. It was chaotic and beautiful. Ava walked up beside him, her arms crossed, but her face soft. He's never had a crowd like this, she said. Tyler nodded. Neither have I. Sam waved from across the lot. Dad, come see the new tires. They grip better on Curve 4. Tyler jogged over, kneeling beside him. You figure that out yourself? Trial and error, Sam grinned. Mostly error. Tyler laughed. The best kind of learning. Just then, his assistant jogged up, out of breath. Sir, Tyler, I need a minute. Not now, Tyler said, eyes still on Sam. It's the Westfall deal, the assistant said. It's back on the table. They want to meet. Tonight, Milan. Tyler stood slowly. I already turned that down. They doubled the offer, and the board's pressuring. You could fly out, be back in 2 days. Sam looked up, his face suddenly still. Regionals are tomorrow, he said. You promised you'd come. Tyler glanced at Ava. She didn't say a word, just waited. The silence felt heavy. Then Tyler said, Tell them no. The assistant blinked. Excuse me? No flights, no deal, Tyler said. This weekend belongs to my son. The assistant hesitated, then nodded and backed away. Sam looked stunned. You really stayed? I'd miss the finish line of the most important race of my life, Tyler said. No deal's worth that. Sam's face lit up, and he tackled his father in a tight hug. Nearby, Ava wiped at her cheek, pretending it was the wind. Later that night, Tyler met with Ava in her small living room. The trophy from last year's local race sat on the shelf, next to a tiny, crooked frame holding Sam's drawing of the track. Are you sure about all this? She asked. He looked around. For the first time in years, yeah, I'm sure. Ava leaned in. You gave up a global partnership for a toy race? He smiled. Not a toy, a future. His. Then he pulled a folded check from his coat pocket. What's this? She asked. Seed money, he said, to fund the first full season of the Kane Youth Model Car League. Community-based, free entries, coaching, gear, everything. Ava's eyes welled. You don't have to buy your way in. I'm not, he said. I'm investing. Not in a company, in a kid who calls me Dad now. She reached for the check. And if the board fights back? They already have, he said. But I've made my choice. In the kitchen, Sam was gluing decals onto his newest model, one that looked eerily similar to the gold and black design Tyler had shown him days ago. Check this out, Sam said, holding it up. I call it Redemption. Tyler smiled. Fits the theme. Sam handed it over. It's for you. Tyler blinked. You sure? I figured you'd need something to remember tomorrow by, Sam said, just in case I win. Tyler took the car, fingers trembling. No matter what happens, I already did. Outside, the track lights buzzed to life, casting a soft glow on the pavement. Ava joined them at the door. You ready? Tyler looked down at the car in his hand, then at the boy beside him. Yeah, he said. Let's race toward something real. Saturday morning, sunlight spilled across the driveway as Sam tightened the final screw on his race car. His fingers were steady, his eyes laser-focused. Ava watched from the porch, coffee mug in hand, trying not to cry. Tyler stood beside her, arms crossed, the gifted model car, Redemption, still tucked carefully in its original box. He's grown more in a month than I did in 5 years, he whispered. Ava didn't look at him, but her voice was soft. He believes in you now. Tyler turned. Do you? She met his eyes. I'm starting to. They drove to the regional meet in a borrowed van loaded with folding chairs, parts, and sandwiches. The lot outside the event center buzzed with noise. Hundreds of kids with polished cars, colorful flags, camera crews, and sponsors. Sam's jaw dropped. This is huge. You ready? Tyler asked, kneeling. I'm not here to win, Sam said, gripping his case. I'm here to drive with you watching. Tyler froze, then nodded, pride catching in his throat. Then let's get your number. Inside, the track gleamed under fluorescent lights. Wide curves, digital timers, rows of spectators. Sam's car, Legacy, was tuned to perfection, each decal hand-painted, its spoiler gleaming. On the underside, in tiny Sharpie script, he had written, Built by me, believed by Dad. Tyler saw it just before the car rolled up for Heat 1. The gun went off. Sam's car flew. Round after round, Legacy held strong. Clean corners, perfect exits. Sam's fingers danced over the remote, calm as ever. Then came the final. 3 racers, 1 champion. The starting gate lifted. Sam's car surged forward, then twitched left. The crowd gasped. Something had slipped in the servo gear. Come on, Sam muttered, adjusting controls. The other cars sped ahead. Tyler clenched the guardrail, eyes fixed. But Sam didn't panic. He feathered the throttle, adjusted course. Legacy found its line again. It wasn't first, but it finished, clean, proud. When the announcer read out the results, Sam placed 3rd. He held his plaque like a trophy. Later, in the parking lot, Tyler knelt in front of him. I've never been prouder, he said. Sam grinned. 3rd's still the podium. You taught me that. Sam reached into his backpack and pulled out a tiny black box. Open it, he said. Tyler did. Inside sat a miniature gold and black model of Redemption. Now with decals, Sam had added, flames on the side and the words, Built by Us, across the top. It's for you, Sam said, to remind you that second chances aren't given. They're raced for. Tyler stared at it. I'll keep it forever. Just then, Ava approached with her phone. You need to see this. She held it up. A news article. Kane, CEO, skips billion-dollar summit to attend son's race. Community cheers, bold move. Below it, photos of the race. One of Tyler hugging Sam. One of all 3 of them. Laughing, sweaty, smiling like they hadn't in years. Ava looked at Tyler. The world's watching. He smiled. Let them. That night, back at the track, Sam taped his plaque to the signpost. Tyler added a second banner. Kane Youth Car Club, powered by Legacy. Ava leaned her head on his shoulder. You stayed. I'm staying, he said. Sam ran circles around them, remote in hand, a trail of laughter behind his speeding car. Tyler watched the wheels turn and whispered, "This is the only race that ever mattered." The next morning, Tyler woke up to the sound of soft knocking. He pulled on a hoodie and opened the front door. Sam stood there, still in pajamas, holding a small velvet pouch. "What's this?" Tyler asked, rubbing sleep from his eyes. Sam looked serious. "I want you to have it." Tyler crouched. "You sure?" Sam nodded. "You've earned it." Inside the pouch was the original model, Legacy, the very first car Sam had ever raced in public. Its paint chipped in places, tires a little worn, but still whole. Tyler blinked fast. "Why give this to me?" Sam shrugged, his voice quiet. "Because it started everything." Tyler reached out, pulled Sam into a hug. "This means more than any trophy, kiddo." Behind them, Ava leaned on the doorframe, arms crossed, a soft smile on her lips. Later that day, the three of them stood in the center of the community lot. A crowd had gathered, local parents, kids, even a few city officials. Tyler stepped up to the mic. "This isn't just a track," he said, holding the tiny car in the air. "It's a reminder that no matter how broken things look, with love, anything can be rebuilt." The crowd clapped. Sam stood proudly beside him, beaming. After the ceremony, Ava pulled Tyler aside. "You really meant that," she said. "Every word," he answered. She hesitated. "Then you should know. Your mother's trying again." Tyler's face darkened. "What now?" "She filed for emergency guardianship," Ava said. "Claimed I'm unfit, that Sam's being used as leverage against the Kane name." Tyler's jaw clenched. "She'll never stop." "She's not bluffing this time," Ava said. "Court hearings in 5 days." Tyler stared out over the track, his mind racing. The applause still echoed, but inside, he was boiling. "She won't take him," he said finally. "I'll fight." Ava's voice was calm. "We fight. Together." That night, Sam found Tyler at the kitchen table, poring over documents with a lawyer on speakerphone. "You okay?" Sam asked. Tyler looked up. "Trying to make sure no one ever takes you away from me again." Sam set something on the table, a sheet of paper. "What's this?" "My design," Sam said proudly. "The new one, for the club's logo." It showed a car, mid-turn, with 3 tiny wheels sketched underneath, one for each of them. At the bottom, "Family drives everything." Tyler stared at it. Sam leaned on the table. "We can put it on t-shirts, signs, the new model kits." Tyler smiled through the storm of legal chaos. "That's a perfect idea." He folded the drawing, tucked it into his briefcase. It would ride with him into court. The next day, he met with the board of Kane Motors. Laura sat at the head, smug as ever. "You've lost focus," she snapped. "This hobby is costing the company millions." "It's not a hobby," Tyler said. "It's a legacy." "Your legacy is Kane Motors," she said coldly. Tyler stood. "No, my legacy is Sam." He pulled out the legacy model, set it on the table, then unfolded Sam's drawing and placed it beside it. "This is what we build now," he said. Some board members looked away. Others nodded. Laura's smile cracked. Tyler walked out without looking back. Later that night, he sat with Sam on the porch. "Did you mean it?" Sam asked. "Every bit," Tyler said, and looked at the stars. "Even if we lose?" Tyler leaned back. "We already won." In his hand, he still held the model car. Its chipped paint gleamed like gold in the porch light. A wheel slightly wobbled as it rested, but it stood, just like them. The courtroom felt colder than it should have for a spring morning. Wooden benches, sharp suits, papers shuffling like whispers. Tyler sat beside Ava, fingers laced tight, jaw set. Sam sat behind them, holding his drawing pad, silent, still. Laura entered, crisp navy blazer, diamond brooch. She didn't glance at Tyler, just smiled at the judge and took her seat. "Petitioner seeks emergency guardianship," the clerk read, "on grounds of parental instability and reputational harm." Ava didn't flinch. Tyler barely blinked. Laura's lawyer stood. "We will show a pattern of reckless behavior from the respondent, including media manipulation and abandonment." Tyler rose slowly. "Your Honor, if I may—" "Mr. Kane," the judge interrupted, "please wait until called." Laura leaned in, voice low. "You should have stayed in Milan." Tyler turned to Ava. "I won't let her take this from us." When it was their turn, Tyler stepped up. "My mother has always believed reputation comes before truth, before love, before family." He placed the legacy model car on the bench before the judge. "This isn't just plastic. It's proof. Proof that a kid can grow with the right people behind him." Then he opened Sam's folded drawing. Family drives everything, and laid it beside the car. "I didn't just find my son. I earned him." The courtroom murmured. The judge leaned forward. "Mr. Kane, are you saying the petitioner knowingly withheld contact between you and your son?" "Yes, Your Honor," Tyler said, "and I have proof." He handed over copies of emails, ones from an old staffer Laura had fired. Inside? A thread revealing Laura had paid a private investigator, back when Ava first wrote to Tyler, to intercept any communication before it reached him. Laura stood. "That's absurd." The judge held up a hand. "We'll decide what's absurd." Ava joined him, her voice clear. She tried to erase Sam before he was ever seen, but now he's here, and he matters. Sam stood too, quietly walked forward, handed the judge one of his model tires. "I made this," he said, "with my dad. I want to stay with him, both of them." The courtroom hushed. The judge exhaled. "This court finds sufficient grounds to deny emergency guardianship. Custody remains with Ms. Brooks, with full shared visitation granted to Mr. Kane." Tyler closed his eyes, relief crashing through him. Laura stormed out without a word. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed, microphones thrust forward. Tyler bent low, shielding Sam with one arm. "We're not making a statement," Ava said, voice firm. "We're making a future." They drove home in silence, until Sam said, "I'm hungry." Tyler laughed. "Pizza? Pepperoni? Extra cheese?" Ava smiled. "And root beer." That night, as Sam slept, Tyler sat on the porch alone, the legacy model in his hands, the wheels still dusty from being passed across the courtroom bench. Ava joined him, wrapping a blanket around her shoulders. "You did good," she said. He looked at her. "You stayed strong." "We all did," she said. "Even Sam." Tyler held up the model car. "He saved me, piece by piece." Ava leaned into him. "Then let's build something that lasts." Tyler nodded. For the first time in years, the night didn't feel empty. It felt like a beginning. And the little wheels in his palm, they didn't just roll, they turned everything. The old parking lot behind Kane Motors was nothing but cracked pavement and weeds until today. Construction crews buzzed around, laying fresh asphalt, painting lines, and hammering in the wooden bleachers Tyler had insisted be built by hand. At the center, a glistening concrete track curved like a giant infinity symbol. Tyler stood in a hard hat and dusty jeans, watching it all unfold. "This'll be more than a raceway," he said to the project manager. "It'll be a home." That afternoon, he brought Sam and Ava to see it. Sam's eyes widened at the finish line banner, still rolled up beside the fence. "What's that say?" Sam asked. Tyler grinned. "Want to help hang it?" Together, they pulled it open. "The legacy track, where every kid has a lane." Sam ran the full loop, arms out like wings. "It's huge," he shouted. "We could fit 10 races at once." Or one big one, Ava teased. Tyler chuckled. Opening days next week. The club's official now. Sponsors, volunteers, everything. Even pit crews? Sam asked. You'll train them, Tyler said. You're the best mechanic I know. Sam's chest puffed with pride. That evening, parents and kids arrived for early sign-ups. Tyler shook hands. Ava organized paperwork. Sam showed the other kids his toolkits. At one point, a boy with frayed sneakers approached. My mom said we couldn't afford to join, he muttered. It's okay, though. I just came to watch. Tyler knelt. Hey, nobody watches from the fence here. You're in. But my car's junk. Sam stepped forward. I'll help you fix it. That's what we do. They worked for hours under string lights, swapping wheels, soldering wires. That night, Sam turned to Tyler. Feels good, doesn't it? Tyler smiled. Best thing I've ever built. Later, as they locked up, Tyler spotted a framed photo Ava had slipped onto the wall inside the clubhouse. It was them, Tyler, Ava, and Sam, taken after court, arms around each other, tired but smiling. Beneath it hung the original legacy model. Glass case, gold plate, the car that started it all. He stared at it, eyes stinging. You okay? Ava asked quietly, stepping beside him. I left too much behind before, he whispered, but I'm not losing this. Ava touched his hand. You won't. Just then, Sam ran back in, waving a crumpled flyer. Dad, look! Tyler turned. There's a city grant for youth education programs, Sam said breathlessly. If we apply, we can add a tech lab, teach coding, electronics, like car brains. Tyler laughed. Car brains? Yeah. Remote control's just the start. We could do solar power next. Ava smiled. He's already thinking legacy. Tyler pulled them both close. Then let's build something that lasts. They stepped out into the night, floodlights casting long shadows across the fresh pavement. Tyler paused, looked back at the building. His past had been built on engines. But his future? It rolled forward on tiny wheels and big hearts. Sunlight spilled across the freshly paved legacy track, glinting off the rows of polished model cars lined up at the starting line. Crowds buzzed with excitement. Parents, volunteers, sponsors, all gathered for the grand opening. Flags waved. Kids in matching shirts adjusted their goggles. Laughter echoed under the clear blue sky. Tyler Kane knelt beside Sam, tightening a screw on their bright red model, the one Sam had named Second Chance. Ava stood nearby with a clipboard calling out heat assignments. Her voice carried confidence now, not just as a mother, but as a partner in something bigger. You nervous? Tyler asked Sam, nudging his arm gently. Sam grinned. Nah, I built it with my dad. Tyler's chest tightened, but this time it wasn't regret. It was pride. On your mark, Ava shouted. Sam looked up. Ready, Dad? Let's race. With a cheer from the crowd, dozens of tiny cars launched down the track. Wheels whirred. Kids ran alongside the rails, shouting instructions. Sam's car surged ahead, took the curve clean, then caught air on the new jump Tyler had insisted they install. Go! 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 Tyler yelled, eyes wide like a kid again. Second Chance crossed the finish line first. Sam jumped and hugged Tyler tight. We did it! You did it, Tyler whispered. I just followed your lead. After the race, the three of them posed for pictures. Sam holding the trophy, Ava laughing as confetti rained down, Tyler's arm around them both. One reporter asked, Mr. Kane, is this the future of Kane Motors? Tyler glanced at Sam, then at the track and said, No, this is the future of something far more important. Family. Later that evening, the sun dipped low, casting golden light over the now empty track. Sam knelt by the display case near the clubhouse. Inside it, he placed Second Chance next to the original legacy model car. He stepped back, then added a folded drawing behind them, the same one from court. 3 stick figures, 1 banner. Family drives everything. Tyler and Ava stood at the doorway, watching him. "He's got your hands," Ava said. "And your heart," Tyler replied. Sam turned around. "Next race is in 2 weeks. Think we can win again?" Tyler ruffled his hair. "We already did." As the night settled, the 3 of them took one final lap around the track, walking side by side under the stars. No cameras, no speeches, just the quiet hum of peace. Each step echoing the truth that had taken Tyler 10 years to hear and only one small voice to finally understand. "Dad, help." And he did. He helped build something that couldn't be bought or sold. He built home,